Hey guys, DMV SoloRider back with another video. It's been a minute. So as you guys know from past videos and kind of the volume of content coming out over the past year, I have not had a lot of time to ride, which means less time to make videos. And so when I was thinking about, well, what can I do? You know, my work schedule is what it is. What can I do to free up time for myself so I can ride for me and enjoy myself and also make new videos, not on a major schedule, but just to get new stuff out there, you know, fun rides, test rides, whatever. And I kind of decided, you know, I'm probably gonna have to start riding more at night. Now, I don't have a problem riding at night, but it's also at the same time not my goal to ride after sunset. And when I made this decision, I decided, well, if I'm gonna ride more at night, I probably need to get a better headlight. I went out and got Indian's Pathfinder Adaptive LED headlight. This is the headlight that, you know, it's LED, it's supposed to be bright, but it also lights up on the sides in the direction you're leaning your bike. So today's video is my initial impressions of the headlight in the dark. Let's roll that intro and get to it. So you'll have to excuse this ridiculous GoPro mount. I somehow lost the extension piece I used to use to get my GoPro some height, so you can kind of see better over the dash of the bike but still see the bike. And so this is all I could come up with to get a little more height. I'll have to fix this. So talking about riding in the dark, I filmed a video heading out to West Virginia, like way out to West Virginia. It was like a 500-mile day. God, probably the first 6 months I had the channel. It's probably lightly viewed. But on the way back, like I wasn't in a rush. I was having a great ride. And on the way back, before I got out of the West Virginia mountains, it became nighttime. I mean, it was pitch black. And, you know, out there in the mountains, there's no street lighting. There's not a lot of ambient light from any cities. All you have is the stars. And that ain't real bright when you're on a motorcycle riding mountain twisties and sweepers. And it was so dark, and the headlight on the Chieftain at the time was so poor that I was basically having to keep my eye on my GPS screen the whole time, zoomed in as far as it could go, so that I could see what was coming up in the roads. Like if there was a tight turn or a sweeper, the only reason I knew is from looking at the GPS. So that was not a great experience. Riding around DC at night, it's not an issue because you got, you know, the ambient light from the city, street lights everywhere. It's just not really that dark. In all honesty, I've taken the headlight out at night once, but it was on the 4th of July, and I really wasn't anywhere particularly dark. I really couldn't tell you if the headlight was much brighter than stock. I tried kind of, you know, weaving in and out on the highway to see if I could tell if the light was lighting up on the sides when I was leaning. Couldn't really tell. I thought maybe a little bit. I don't know. But before I got the headlight installed, I went and shot some video of the stock headlight to get an idea of, you know, what I'm dealing with. And so I'll show that to you, and then I'll show, you know, we'll see the light, the new light tonight, and I'll see if I can, in post-production, do like a split screen so we can really get a good comparison. If not, I'll probably do picture-in-picture. We'll figure it out. I'm actually heading down towards Mount Vernon. That's where I filmed the original stock headlight footage, and I want to ride on the same exact roads, on the same exact direction with the new headlight to get the best comparison. So this is about as dark as you can find in the DC area. This is the stock headlight. And, you know, it's okay. It's not terrible. It's not great. I love the side-to-side, you know, the width of the beam is great. I probably should have it up a little higher, a little further down the road. When I got the bike, you know, it came right from the factory, and the light was like, you could see the headlight right above the speedo here. That's about it. Had to make some adjustments, but yeah, that's it. That's the light. It's okay. I would like something brighter. Oh. I'm freezing. Yeah, there's a good shot of the headlight. Good width, but not super bright. You know, when you're riding down the highway next to a car with those bi-xenon headlights, it's like a freaking torch. That's what I would like. So we'll see how this Pathfinder does. This is the high beams. Not bad, not amazing. You know, I could probably keep them on all the time. I don't think I'd really bug the car drivers too much. So now we'll get this Pathfinder put in. We'll see how it does. One thing about the Pathfinder Adaptive Headlight, it's really expensive. It's like $630, $650, something like that. And, you know, I've talked about getting it in the past, but that price tag was just ridiculous. I don't think at full price I ever would have bought it. When Indian did their free t-shirt giveaway, you know, bring in an old one and get a new one, Twig Indian up in Hagerstown, Maryland ran an Instagram ad where they said, you know, come in, get 20% off all apparel, all accessories, all parts. I was like, wow, maybe I need to get the cams. So, you know, it seemed too good to be true, and I called them up to see if they had this headlight in stock, and they said they had it, but the Instagram ad was a mistake. They only meant for it to say 20% off all apparel. But they told me they'd honor it anyways, which was awesome. The Twig guys are superstars. So I got 20% off from Twig, and Indian had a promo at the time where if you spend, I think, $500 or $400 or more, they'll take $100 off. So I basically got $200 off the headlight. Sweet. So that's why I have it. Now this headlight, you know, it's the LED headlight. It's got the lighting on the side. It also has an integrated halo. It's just a round light that would normally be on all the time. What I didn't really realize when I got the headlight was that halo was mostly for like Springfields and Chiefs, the old Chief, I guess maybe the Chieftain. But when you put that headlight in the Challenger, you need to have a secondary source of power for the halo to actually be on. And on a Challenger, the only way to do that is to run a splitter between the headdress on the fender that lights up and the back of the Pathfinder, so you can get that halo powered, because just plugging it into the bike, the halo doesn't work. When I bought the headlight, I actually was getting new tires, and I just had them do it. I told them, explained to them that, you know, I want you to install it and make sure the halo works. You know, I'm sure you guys have a splitter. When I made the appointment, the dealership was like, oh yeah, well, you know, our guys, I'm sure they know all about it. I'll book extra time for electrical work, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, they installed the light and all they do is plug it in. I spoke to the tech. He didn't even know there was an integrated halo on the Pathfinder, and they don't carry splitters, apparently. Anyways, this is not Twig Indian. This is another dealer that shall remain nameless. You know, all of our local dealers are great. This was kind of a disappointment only because I thought if you just run a splitter, the halo works, you're good. Well, once I got the bike back, I started noticing that if I turned the battery on but didn't turn the engine on, you know, like screwing around with my phone, getting CarPlay set up because I gotta have my CarPlay, I would start getting codes, and the high beam blue light would start flashing, and the light wouldn't work at all. And, you know, I'd have to shut the bike off, turn it back on, turn the engine on immediately, and everything would be fine. I suspect what's happening is the Pathfinder draws just enough juice from the battery to make the bike's computer unhappy. And, you know, if you turn the battery on and you don't turn the engine on immediately, you're just sucking juice out of the battery. That headlight's probably sucking a little bit more, and it creates a problem. Problem solved just by turning the engine on as soon as you turn the bike on. But that's a long way of saying, given my experience with that issue, I've decided it just doesn't pay to go and get a splitter and get the halo turned on, because if the light by itself is having a negative impact on the bike, I assume that the light with the splitter and the halo turned on when it's technically not supposed to be for a Challenger might create more trouble than it's worth. It's kind of ridiculous that you'd build a feature into a super expensive product that doesn't actually work on a Challenger. It only works on Springfields or Chieftains or the old school Chiefs. That's just a non-starter. That shouldn't happen. I know there are guys out there who've put the headlight on Challengers. They've done the splitter thing. They get, you know, the blue light of death occasionally, from what I've read. Just don't want to bother with it. You know, if the light by itself is wonky enough as it is, why increase the hassle factor? Well, guys, I think I am a little early to Mount Vernon. It's not supposed to be sunset for like another 2 hours. I wanted to get on the road. Haven't ridden in, you know, since the 4th of July. All right, well, I'm just gonna ride around until it gets dark. And next time I actually talk to you, it'll be dark. All right, be right back. All right, guys, we're back. It's dark, at least dark enough. I pulled into this parking lot because I wanted to show you the light stationary. As you can see, it lights up the whole road in front. It lights up the bank over there. The area that's lit up by this light is definitely superior to the stock light. But while I was riding over here, it didn't look like that. Like, you weren't getting the light up on the bank, you were getting a little light in the front. So we'll have to see how it goes. Basically, when I'm riding on the road, I feel like I'm only seeing the light to the top of the windshield. And then past the windshield, I'm not seeing it. But now I am. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out. That's pretty good. Maybe it needs to be a little bit higher. Like, the brightest part is definitely low down in front of the bike. I could use that up a little more. Yeah, when we get up to Mount Vernon, there's a parking lot up there. I will pull in and see if I can adjust this light up a little bit. I mean, it's definitely superior. Just right here. I don't know if it's lighting up on the side. We're leaning a little tiny bit to the left. I don't know. But it's a much brighter light. You know, it's like a cleaner light. It's white as opposed to like the yellow of a typical stock light. Looks sharper. I just want the light, the brighter part, a little further down the road. Because if something runs out in front of the bike and I only see it when it's right here, I mean, what are you really going to do when you have 2 feet to make a maneuver? Not too much. Like, is it brighter to the right because we're curving to the right? I don't know that I can really tell. I don't think so. Like, we're going straight right now. It's lighting up the same area. I don't know how I'm going to verify that. You have to set up a camera somewhere and film it. I mean, I can't really tell if that's doing anything. Maybe when I watch it on the film, it'll be easier to spot, which probably isn't helpful. I mean, you can generally see the light all the way across the road. It's just right in front of you. That brightness downstream just isn't quite what I want. Like, I can't tell if it's getting brighter on the side. I feel like it is a little bit, but that could just be my imagination. You know, you pitch the bike down and you're hitting the white stripes a little better. I don't know. Just can't tell. This is the biggest curve on the road. I don't think it's going to do anything. I'm not really going fast enough either. Like, does it look brighter over there on the left? I don't think so. Don't look any different than any other time I looked at the light. Let's go around the traffic circle and see if we can see anything. Yeah, I mean, I can't see jack. I can't tell that there's any difference here. Maybe a little bit on the left. Can't tell at all. Yeah, I think I can. I think the grass is definitely being lit up a bit. I don't know. Well, let's put it this way. So far, one one ride on a dark road, I don't think I'm getting $630 or $650 worth so far. It's not that big of a deal. I can't really say having this light on so far is any better than the stock headlight that I had for nothing more than the price of a Challenger. Total bargain. Oh, here are the bright lights. They're alright, not bad. Alright, we'll be right back after we do some surgery. Well, guys, Captain Bonehead over here forgot to bring the little tool you need to pry the trim off the headlight. So I can't get it off and I can't make my adjustments. So we're just going to have to do it another time. But at least you get a good sense of the light, regardless. Well, guys, that's what I got for you today. I think my final verdict is it's an improvement for sure. The bright light is 1,000 times better than stock. But it's a lot of money to spend for the amount of improvement you get. I would look for something else, to be honest. 600 plus for this light it's just too much for what you get. Now, you know, I'll keep track of it next time I'm actually riding in some twisties. If it's dark out, you know, I'll see if I can see the lights on the side flaring up. I'll try and find some way to record the front of the bike. The only reason I question is it actually working is, one, it doesn't really seem like it's doing a whole lot. But some people have said that on theirs, never lights up at all. I don't know how they know it. Maybe they're riding with other people who are like, yeah, front of your bike didn't light up, or the sides of your light didn't light up. Who knows? Well, that's it. I'm gonna make that a wrap. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I'm gonna try and film a ride next weekend, and you know, I'll just get content up when I can. Always check for me on Instagram. Always try and post those pictures on the community page on the channel. But I hope you guys are having a great summer. I hope you're getting out and riding as often as you can, and that is more often than me. Y'all stay safe out there. DMV SoloRider is out.